to Forward Radio, where the classics of the past are preserved for today. At Rosetta Corporation, we understand what a traumatic event Starfall was. Not only did we lose many of our own people that day, but we've spent every moment since trying to prevent such a tragedy from occurring again. And yet, you may have heard wild rumors that the Rosetta Corporation itself was responsible for Starfall. Well, here's what you need to know. These rumors are unfounded, unfair, and completely untrue. Eager for a scapegoat to blame their own misfortune, some people have latched onto a simple fact and distorted it beyond belief. That Rosetta was involved in researching Stardust before Starfall. In fact, trace amounts of Stardust could already be found on Earth long before Rosetta was founded. And while Rosetta was the first to understand and unlock the power of Stardust, it was far from the only organization interested in this life-changing material. Given Stardust's pre-existing presence on Earth, it's clear that Starfall, while tragic, was also inevitable. But that hasn't stopped groups like the Mayflies from falsely claiming that Rosetta was responsible. The simple fact of the matter is, though, that nobody knows exactly what drew the attention of the Great Ones to Earth. So next time you hear someone eager to scapegoat Rosetta for all the ills of the world today, keep these simple facts in mind, set them straight, and remember not to believe the lies.
It seems to be in some state of code at night. What are those dark figures lurking around the harbor? Good to see you looking like a proper mayfly again. If I were Igna, I'd definitely regret having provoked us. Of course. Let's go find the right column members. Our real fight begins here. Whatever that madman Igna is up to, we'll drag him out of his hiding place and bring him down. The column should be a good ally for us. After all, there are so many vultures, we can't wipe them out on our own. Intel, supplies, reinforcements. If we help the column, they should back us up too. Let's go. Time to put an end to the chaos and bring peace to this area. Remember why we're here. That maniac Igna. I'd say now. Weapons.
Holy crap, somebody actually came. Of course I'm surprised. The column's so desperate, they sent us out here to fight goddamn ghosts for old gasoline. Everyone else is tied up fighting the vultures or dealing with the cold. Man, it feels like a miracle seeing you. Well, not literal ghosts, but they seem close. We were loading oil from the harbor when the power shorted out. By the time we figured out these shadows could be stopped by shining a strong enough light on them, it was too... Most of my team is dead. Now that you're here, though... It might be difficult to reach, but there's a control room where you could reactivate the power. If you could do that and get the harbor lights back on, we could drive out of here safely. I have something that should help. A shock baton. Maybe you can use its charge to temporarily jolt the light. Thank you. You're our only hope. So, be careful of the dark.
Power cell. Huh. Try hitting it with the shock baton. You might be able to light up the flame. With good timing, we should be able to light ourselves a safe path right up to the control room. There are similar power cells around here. How to light up a room, huh? What? Not even a sympathy chuckle? All right, come on.
Never thought I'd be so happy to see some lights turn on. You just saved our lives. Until you showed up, I was sure we were gonna die. That nerd sent you? Who knew? Seriously, I'm impressed with him. Guess he's a stand. Now that the harbor lights are back on, my team and I... When I get back, I'll thank Axel properly. Once...